is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Now guys, if you like the React show, I would ask if you could support today's stream in some way. The best ways would be super chats, memberships, give the memberships and tips, because sadly, I make no ad revenue on these videos. I guarantee you, every video we watch today will be claimed by a third party. And so, it is your support via these other methods during the live streams that make this show continue to be viable. And I promise you, next week we will be back into more pertinent, timely content for the for the time of year, okay? Alright, Derek, we have super member questions. Yes, I don't know why you keep asking me, but that happens in part 5. We are a ways away from that. You don't have to worry about that. Alright? How many people on planet Earth today are perfectly happy to sit at home and, like he's saying, watch porn, watch violent movies, do all this stuff, and they never have those kind of meaningful interactions in real life, that they'll never know what it is to work a sport and win at a sport and feel that meaning of accomplishment, to have a meaningful relationship with actual love and interactions with someone and having that you know, intercourse in real life that's meaningful. None of that matters to them because they've already had the virtual. It's sad. It's sad, and I think it is. It's a situation where technology advances at such a rapid pace that as a human race, we don't sit there and evaluate it from the perspective of should we, not can we, but should we? Can we deliver all these things virtually? Should we? Because is it destroying the experience that it is to be a human, right? Are we losing the meaningfulness of life when everything is online virtual? Where is the dopamine? Where is the meaningfulness of earning something that's an accomplishment, that's a reward, that no, it's just instant and it's virtual and it's right now? It's messed up. So I totally understand.
Phil's not self-aware. You are someone who has no self-awareness, and you think that you're the most important thing.
Thank you to Supreme Bugs. The super chat says, is it dumb to pay $700 for WrestleMania? Well, yes and no. I absolutely positively never would have paid $700 to go to WrestleMania unless I was a YouTuber. Like, that was the reason that justified that trip. Because I knew that going to WrestleMania that year with John Rambo, that we were going to be doing all this documentary-style content while we were at that trip. And that we were going to be able to talk about it for our show Smart Guys, right? There's a difference between, I'm a normal person dropping $700 to go to a concert where I can't hear the music, I can't see because people are holding signs, plus it's shitty Taylor Swift to begin with, or I'm a content creator who's going to make a series of videos and content that's going to be for my business based off of the fact that I'm spending that money. That's the difference. Literally never would have spent that kind of money at all going to something like that unless that were the case, okay? I have been to wrestling shows before that. I think the most expensive ticket was like 20, 30 bucks, you know, in which case, who cares if someone holds a sign in front of you, big deal, right? So, that's the difference there. Supreme Bug. So, nice try, because you're trying to stick it to me, saying that, oh, I'm criticizing people going to see Taylor Swift, but I spent that much to go to WrestleMania, except it's a completely different situation, and you're an idiot. But thanks for the super chat regardless. That's true, too. Literally says $700 will get you a much better spot at WrestleMania when you compare the seat you get in a Swift concert. I was on the floor. When I went to WrestleMania, I was on the freaking floor with the ring right there, maybe 20 rows ahead. It was just 20 rows, and then there was the ring. We had superstars coming in next to us for one of the matches because of where we were seated. It was the Shield, when the Shield was still debuting.
Happening, Philip. Very nice. I was creaming my hand.
Question: why do people drink too much? Well, because it's great. So why stop? Well, you do stupid things when you're drunk. You hurt yourself. You compromise your health. It's really hard on the people around you. You tend to.
This is a song? Does this sound like a song to you? It sounds like a highlight of an interview about him talking about drinking, but it certainly doesn't sound like a song, drinking song, right? Wow, what a catchy song. Drinking is bad for your health. It makes you act stupid and do things you don't want to do. Oh, yeah. Do. I gotta get this one playing all the time around the house. I'm sure Kat and I will be dancing all around the house to this hot track. Straight off the presses, man. Here we go.
Into a liar, and it screws up your life. It's like, yeah, but it's pretty fun. Yeah, well, it is. But you need something better than that. And what's better isn't being straight and not making mistakes. It's like, that's all.
La, 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 la.
What's better is... No, you need an adventure, man. Alcohol.
So what you're saying makes sense. When you analyze the things Jordan Peterson says at a base level, they make sense. So what he's saying is, why do people drink all the time, and why do they do it to the point where it's unhealthy? Because they feel like even though it has bad repercussions, like you could do bad things, you could hurt yourself, you could hurt others, you do stupid things when you're drunk, that they need to find something that's a reason to not do it that's better. If they enjoy alcohol, if they enjoy how they feel, that high you get, that buzz you get when you're on liquor, right? And if that's better than the alternative of not, right? And if it's better than the alternative of, like, think about this. Your life is so bad, or at least you think it is, that you don't care, that you act like an idiot, your health is terrible, everyone around you thinks you're an embarrassment and they hate you. You don't care about any of that, because at least you get the buzz when you drink.
That's like me, right? That's like me.
Right? Think how fucked up that is. So there's nothing better in life? You'd rather throw away personal friendships, relationships, any chance of having, like, a good career or anything like that, just for the sake of drinking all day? Right? So what he's saying is you gotta find a reason. And for some people, it's always going to be something different. Is it your own health? Is it family? Is it friends? Is it a meaningful relationship? Is it the ability to do something you've always wanted to do, but you can't do it because you're drunk? Right? Like, whatever it is. So he's saying, find something better. I get that.
The guy's a fucking alcoholic or something. He won't stop guzzling. Apparently, I'm going to die of gin. People think for some reason that all I do is sit around drinking gin all day.
Now, again, my panel had been completely packed, sold out. You know, you're talking hundreds of people attended MagFest with the intention of attending the panel. Like, they made a lot of money on us and everything that year, right? A year later, and it's MagFest again, and I was trying to get a panel again. And essentially, they weren't responding to me. And I didn't understand why, because the year before, I'd been one of their more popular kind of YouTube indie guys that had been there at the show. And what had happened was in the years of, I want to say it was like the years of 2012 to 2013. A lot else had changed on the internet. So basically, I was falling out of prominence on YouTube because of This Is How You Don't Play. This Is How You Don't Play turned me, I'm not kidding, I wish this was a joke. It really isn't. I went from being one of the more prominent, well-respected, well-sought-out YouTubers for gaming to a laughingstock. People instead wanted to make fun of darksydephil and deride darksydephil than actually watch his content and do anything to do with him, you know? And other prominent YouTubers at that point, Game Grumps, and guys like that, Two Best Friends Play, they have become way more prominent, and I was kind of on a decline because of this, okay? So, I had, applied to be at MagFest, and I wasn't getting responses, so I actually had to go to, like, their IRC servers and shit to try to talk to them and be like, why are you guys, like, ignoring my request? I don't get it. Last year, I was one of the more popular guys there. We brought you hundreds of attendees. My fans want us to be there again. They're dying to see another panel with me and John and all of our stuff that we're doing and everything. And basically, they kept blowing smoke up my butt about the reasons. What's funny is, like, I remember, how does that have to do with Gary's mod? I started looking at other panels, right, that they were holding. And so eventually when I started talking to the directors of MagFest, and they were giving me excuse after excuse, right? Oh, we just don't, this year, listen, not everyone gets into MagFest every year. You have to understand that even just because you apply, you're not guaranteed. Even though you had a really great year last year, that doesn't guarantee you'll get in this year. And so I start pulling stuff out, I'm like, wait a minute. So then, what about Game Grumps? Why do they get a panel? What about Two Best Friends Play? Why are they getting a panel? And then I started pulling out the stuff that really made them look stupid. Like, there was an entire panel dedicated to Gary's mod in 2013. 2013. This wasn't the prominent time for Gary's mod when it was white hot popular. This was years and years and years later, after it wasn't popular anymore. What it is the directors of MagFest were basically a good old boys club. If at the time you were seen as something prominent or friendly with the staff, or they liked you and your content, they would have you at the event. But the moment that you were now no longer prominent, that was it. Even if you had a track record of history with them, where you brought them business and everything, they didn't care. So basically what had happened was the year before, alright, these guys who ran MagFest had liked my content, but in that year that This Is How You Don't Play become popular, basically they saw me as a laughingstock.
They call me a lolcow. Phil's a lolcow.
Lolcow. And because of that, they thought anything is better than darksydephil. I'm serious. So I'd like campaign for like 2-3 straight weeks, kept bugging them about it. And eventually they were going to allow me to be there at like 3 in the morning. I'm not kidding. 3 a.m. panel for darksydephil if he wants to have a panel for his fans. So, I basically told him, no, I'm not going to waste my time on you. And, that's very disrespectful. That I, brought them business the year before, and I saw how it was now. And again, they had no valid way to justify that they had panels for other YouTubers of similar stature and prominence as me, but they got panels, but I didn't. Even though I applied before them, they got the panel and I didn't. And they had entire panels dedicated to shit like mods on fucking Gary's mod panel. Dude, it's Gary's mod. All it's gonna do, people talking about their Gary's mods. That's more important than like a YouTuber who wants to bring in hundreds and hundreds of his viewers and fans to come, you know, meet me, do Q&A and everything. It was bullshit, basically. Again, it was because these people didn't like me anymore because This Is How You Don't Play had made a joke out of me. So they didn't want to have me at their event as a panelist because they thought that, you know, people would laugh about why did you have Darksydephil there when everyone makes fun of him on YouTube now, you see? But anyway, I just thought it was funny because, like, I didn't even know what Gary's mod was. And I started doing research into it. And I was like, I get it. But you want to talk about niche? Like, that's a niche modding community on PC. There's nothing wrong with it. But the panel that I would have brought to MagFest would have absolutely had more attendees and more any kind of attention than a Gary's mod panel in 2013 would have. They just didn't care.
Phil, listen. Your behavior is toxic.
It was what they liked. They liked the Game Grumps that year. They liked Two Best Friends Play. They liked Gary's mods. So everything they like is at their event. And they didn't give a shit about me and John or any of our fans or anything like that. So I told them nah, and we never attended again, didn't give a crap, you know. That was actually the end for me, because basically what I saw was, if that's the case and that's how I'm going to be treated, then that's just going to continue. So why even bother trying to get into conventions and things in the future if that's what was going to happen, you know. And it's funny, because to this day, people say things like, oh, this is how you don't play, is not why people don't like you. No, it is. That was the beginning. That whole this is how you don't play, even if it wasn't intended to be malicious or destroy a career or anything like that, that's literally exactly what it did. It was 100% what destroyed my reputation. Instead of people laughing at me, or excuse me, instead of people laughing with me, they were now laughing at me. It was more fun to deride Phil and make him embarrass Phil and make him look stupid or old or bad than to actually enjoy his content anymore. And that really was the flip for me, was that all of a sudden within 1 year, I went from Mr. Prominent to no one is seeking you for anything. You can't even get a panel at like a fucking game convention. Nothing. Like, what? That was just crazy to me. So, yeah, but anyway, that's the only association I've ever had or known anything about Gary's mod. I just figured I'd bring a little bit of personal spin to it, okay?
Okay? Thanks, guys. Have a good break. I'll see you tonight, hopefully, for Spider-Man. Peace out. Oh, yes, this is gin. I'm drinking gin out of a seltzer bottle, of course. It's pure gin. Congratulations on that genius comment. Oh, that's good. I love that gin. There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me. It's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. Is a mobile game addict. Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone. I just care about money. I just can't help it. I eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.